The time has come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoff, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Sooners will put toe to leather and we'll get started. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. On the ground, it's random. Runs through a tackle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
It was a really nice play there. The thing I like about this guy, too, his versatility. He's not just good running the ball, but he can catch and he can block. And you think about all the greats they've had at the position in recent years. Versatility at the running back position, being an every down back. That's exactly what this guy embodies.
The interesting thing about these RPOs is it takes a lot of communication. You know, the quarterback sticks it in the belly of the running back, and the running back doesn't know if he's going to take it or not. And you could tell, took the football, got north-south, got upfield, got a great positive gain and a positive play for this offense.
Ball is free. Recovers the fumble and he's on the move. Touchdown, Tiger. First points of the day are on the board.
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got a better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they looked like it, scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Off the play fake. Right down the middle. He's got an open man. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Clemson jumps to the line. A first down run on the doorstep. And they can't punch it in with a first down run, and the defense has one stop. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
You're the better team. You're playing at home. That's the way you start a football game. Putting a drive together, getting 6 on the board, taking the lead. Nice start by this offense.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. Oh, they block it. That's a live ball. He can take it back for 2. What a play. Finding a way to get it into the end zone, and after all of that, it's even better. You wind up with a 2-point conversion. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking downfield, it's Batir. Got a man, it's Lewis. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Guys, Oklahoma's transition to the SEC in 2024 taught them a lesson that you might be able to get by at times without offensive consistency, but you won't thrive. So what kind of pressure, David, is the new guy under center under?
A lot of pressure, but obviously the experience, the top guy at that spot in the transfer portal. You bring a new offensive coordinator, new weapons around him, so a revamped new Oklahoma.
Makes the grab deep. Just like that. A huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
The Sooners trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get him. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Field goal is good. That'll cut this lead down to 5.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They got off to a flying start, a touchdown on that opening drive, and now an opportunity to build on this. Oh, he's got some space. Clemson has just been prolific at the receiver position. More scheme or more talent? I'd argue it's both, David.
Yeah, I argue more talent over the years, just dudes on the outside that win. And you know what? I think Clemson, as much as anybody in the country, has always featured those guys. And you want to play one-on-one with those guys, or you want to give them a cushion like they'll throw it right now. And they've always believed in those guys out wide. And you know what? They usually come through for them.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
Good running backs are the ones that can make things happen in small spaces. That running back there found his lane, he found his crease, and there was no hesitation. He got north right away and was able to make a big-time play.
Gonna run it. It's random. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Finding an escape route. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Rushes on him. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on first down by this offense.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. As they come to the line on 3rd down, already 2 for 2 on this drive, going for the hat trick and the score. Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, Clemson! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and then put points on the board. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
He just matriculated the ball down the field. They were so impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
Hey, Matt.
Turning it on! Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
And this 4 vertical play is something that every offense in the country has in their playbook, but they don't all run it as good as this offense does. Really nice job making the play call, but when you've got athletes like this and a quarterback that can fit the football into small windows, good things generally happen. That is tremendous execution on that pass play.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Returns it all the way back to the 23-yard line, and the defense gets a turnover.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Unloads to the right. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forcing second down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on that play that forced the incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to throw, it's Clemson. He's got it. Building momentum, picking up the chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. For a quarterback as highly touted as Cade Clemson was, I think he would even tell you he started slowly, but man, the progression, the improvement has been exponential, Jesse.
It has, Reason.
Brings him to the open. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physicality and get that ground game and a good offensive line, I think that's when you see the best of the Clemson Tigers.
He'll keep it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback.
Touchdown, Tigers! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? They'll try to add another to their lead.
And there's so many targets to focus on, so many elite playmakers, and they just lost it. They lost the running back out of the backfield. He catches the football, does the rest, takes it into the end zone. What a nice weapon to have on your team.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Motion from the wideout. Scanning the field, it's Welsh. That's caught, it's Burks. They'll mark him out of bounds. About the 29-yard line. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in your build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
Love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Offense gets set for second down. They'll move the wide receiver. The offense wastes no time getting the time. Oklahoma. Now on second down. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. It's Sategna. There he goes. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
That might be the play that turns the momentum in this game, right? They're getting blown out right now on the scoreboard. It's late in the half. They've got to come away with a touchdown, but that might be the guy you need to keep going back to in the passing game to get yourself back in this game.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. He lets one fly deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Motion from the wide receiver. To the air, it's Mateer. Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw again. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready. They were disciplined and made a good play on the football.
They got it for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. We're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Nothing says my offense stinks like punting on 1st down. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Bunch formation for these receivers. Back to throw, it's Mateer. Grabbed over the middle, it's Burks. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
That's a great sign for this offense. Man, everything's been difficult so far. You've dug yourself a huge hole. They're going to have to find some completions, find some energy, find some momentum somehow, because it's been a struggle out the gates.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. They get a rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And that's now their 3rd sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front 7. They can blitz, they can rush you with 4, with 3, but they've got dudes that can beat you one-on-one, and you're seeing that in this game.
Trying to burn this defensive back. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
And that's a big shot, that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He'll take another shot here. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, this this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for a man, it's Klubnik. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Got his man on the right. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
I think this defense really needs to start thinking about really fencing this quarterback in. You cannot let him go east or west because he will extend the play with his legs and his speed and then hurt you throwing the football.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Caught over the middle. It's Moore. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
Timeout, Clemson.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Looking downfield on first down. He'll get rid of it. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And you see this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Smashes it between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Makes the grab. He'll take 4 yards on first down every time. 2nd and 6.
Brings up second down.
Wants to go up top. Fires to the middle. Finds a tight end down the gut. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They'll go to the ground. Creates a little room. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. inches short. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice third down conversion for this offense. And I'll tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one and they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together. Get one of those long drives going. And down here near the goal line, you got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying in too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
Third and goal for the offense. Trying to search it in. He did not make it. A stone wall on third down.
Well, the offense just trying to be physical down here at the 1 yard line, trying to run the football into the end zone, but they just got beat up front, now setting up fourth.
And the Tigers will come to the line to convert on fourth down. Trying to march in. He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down.
Nice job by the defense on fourth down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that fourth down play. Really good job by this defense.
The goalpost breathing down their neck as they're backed up in their own end, starting to drive from their own one. And they don't pick up anything right there, but at least they avoid getting tackled in their own end zone.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. And we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. So the final period starts with a second down play. Give to the running back. Little bit of running room as he picks up 4 and gets it out to the 5. Offense a little backed up here, and boy, would it help to convert this third down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth. The Sooners send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He'll signal for it and make the fair catch right around midfield. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points, but they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
You gotta have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Weeks like this aren't tricky, but you have to respond better than they have. And I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs managed. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
And the Sooners come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll give it to the back. Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've got, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
They punt it away on 4th down. Wants to return it. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. The give as they work on that clock. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to it. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting 1st down, so you have to be able to run it.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation.